All right, listen up. This is an urgent security advisory. We are tracking a trio of zero-day exploits, and they're all targeting Microsoft Defender. What you're about to hear is an ongoing, critical crisis, and it demands your immediate attention.
Let me be crystal clear. This is not a drill. 2 of the 3 vulnerabilities we're tracking are unpatched, and worse, they are under active exploitation by hands-on keyboard attackers right now. Your perimeter is at risk.
So, here's the breakdown. Microsoft did issue a patch for one of them, the BlueHammer variant, that's CVE 2026-338025. But, and this is a huge but, the other 2, RedSun and UnDefend, remain completely unpatched. They are a critical and ongoing threat to your Windows environments.
So, how do we even get here? To really get the full scope of this threat, we have to look at the timeline. Grasping this sequence of events is absolutely critical to understanding the window of exposure you've been facing.
The sequence here is everything. Look, in early April, the proof of concept code gets leaked. By April 10th, that's just days later, attackers are already inside networks, escalating their privileges. Microsoft's patch on the 14th, it only addressed 1/3 of the problem. And by the 17th, we had confirmation that the other 2 exploits were still being actively used in the wild. This thing was weaponized before a partial patch ever saw the light of day.
Okay, hold on. Before we proceed to the deep dive on how to mitigate this, it is absolutely critical that we establish a secure communications link for ongoing intelligence.
And listen, this is not for the algorithm. This is a security protocol. You need to subscribe for real-time updates as this situation develops. I want you to like this briefing to formally acknowledge that you've received this intel. And then comment with your status. Tell us if you're patched or vulnerable. That helps us and the entire community gauge the true blast radius of this threat.
All right, let's analyze the blast radius. Understanding the full impact, the path these exploits take to a full system compromise, well, it's absolutely crucial for your incident response.
So what's the goal of all 3 of these exploits? It's something called local privilege escalation, or LPE. In simple terms, this lets an attacker who has a basic foothold on a machine, maybe as a standard user, to become the all-powerful system account. That gives them complete control of the box, no questions asked. Now, what's really critical to understand here is just how close this proof of concept came to being catastrophically worse. The margin between a simple PrivEsc tool and a full-blown identity compromise weapon was razor thin. It was literally 2 lines of code away.
Look at this. In the C++ source code, these 3 lines were there, but they were deliberately commented out. If an attacker just removes those 2 little slashes, this tool is instantly weaponized to dump the SAM, system, and security hives. We're talking NTLM hashes, service account credentials, the keys to the entire kingdom.
And you know what? It gets worse. Beyond just escalating privileges, the UnDefend variant is designed to blind your endpoint protection. It silently blocks Microsoft Defender from getting new AV signature updates. It just degrades your defenses over time, leaving you wide open to future attacks without a single alert ever going off. So this brings us to the most crucial point. What do you do now? With 2 active, unpatched 0 days in the wild, waiting is not an option. Here is the 4-step protocol you need to execute to protect your perimeter. Execute these 4 steps immediately. 1. Patch BlueHammer. That's non-negotiable. 2. Strip local admin rights. This is your #1 compensating control for RedSun and UnDefend. Take away those rights from standard users. 3. Restrict where executables can even run. Use AppLocker or WDAC. And 4. Secure your perimeter. The initial attack vector was a compromised SSL VPN. Enforce MFA everywhere and audit your logs. For all your incident responders and SOC teams out there, listen up. You need to be hunting for these specific event IDs immediately. In your security logs, look for 4672 and 4688. Those are your telltale signs of privilege escalation. And in your Defender logs, hunt for 5001 and 5007. Those are the primary forensic artifacts of that UnDefend tool disabling your endpoint protection. Go hunt. Finally, I want to address the purpose behind this direct disclosure. I think it's important you understand why we're doing this. It all comes down to this one simple principle. When we have confirmed active exploitation in the wild and a vendor patch is incomplete, well, the community's right to self-defense supersedes everything else. This information is meant to give you immediate, actionable mitigation to force a fix and protect your perimeter. Your mission is clear. Acknowledge you've received this advisory, execute the 4-step protocol, and hunt for those indicators of compromise. Stay secure.